Okay, before we begin, just a quick update on BWT for NinjaTrader 8. This is what the new trade manager is going to look like in NinjaTrader 8. We're developing the graphics and the user configuration panel in the trade manager, and this is going to create a bracketed trade right here. The OCO news trade you will set a range to plot a buy and a sell signal simultaneously. And so this is going to be a really cool feature, and there'll be a lot of things you can do with it, in addition to the breakout box, which is a way to create a zone that if the market comes into the zone then trades out of the zone, you can take the trade. So it allows you to set the AutoTrader to trade at some future time at a predicted level where the market might reverse, or if it trades through it, you could go short on the other side. And so here's our buttons, the buy and sell button. The close positions has been moved down here where it makes more sense, along with the trail stop buttons. And everything else is pretty much the same except for this. This is going to be a really slick feature. And the same when we get the configuration panel done. We have a couple of new filters that are going to be exciting, removing a couple of things, and I will show that as it comes available. Hello everyone, today is Friday, September 18th. It's 5:08 p.m., about an hour after the regular session close. I traded my Leeloo live funded account today, and there's a third chart that I traded. I'll show that in a second. But I had a loser and a winner, and the third chart here, I actually traded this manually. I had a few surgical strike scalps for a P&L of 400. So 500, 400, 900 in profit minus 600 is a net gain of 300 today. So here are the trades that I made today. And they were all winners. So I actually had 3 winners in a row starting here. These were just a couple of trades I took manually, and so I had 2 winners here. This is trading 2 contracts, and then a third winner brought me to 400 here, and I decided not to trade again after that. So what might I have done different on this chart? I got stopped out, and the way this worked out is a 600 goal and a 625 stop loss. Now, every losing trade is an opportunity to see what you might have done differently to improve the odds of your results while not taking away from your win strategy. So I always examine the losers, and what happened here is I have a 60 tick stop loss. So these 2 trades were both stopped out for 60 ticks. So at 600 even. Now I had $25 left to go, so it took this short trade here. Let's just make this bigger all the way. But I only had $25 in drawdown before I got stopped out, so that's why it got stopped out. But by the time the order was filled, it was break even. So I actually had positive slippage on the loss limit. So that's why you see this trade here. It ticked up a couple of ticks, and then I was stopped out. So all in all, not a bad day. Net gain of 300, and that was because of these 3 manual trades. Basically, the way I traded this is I turned on the AutoTrader, but I used my trail high-low stop and just started clicking the button pretty much. So not a bad day overall. Managed to make some profit, and it's Friday. Next week is a new week. I made a video about market replay yesterday, and I also had a trade or 2 from yesterday. So I'm going to post that in a separate video on how to use market replay to come up with settings. Before I go, I want to show a couple of charts that traded in sim. The micros on the 10-minute outperformed the regular 10-minute, and that's pretty impressive. This has been doing really well in the micros. Slightly different settings than I have in the regular 10-minute, but it's working out pretty well. Okay, this is a 987 tick line break chart, and I ran this in Market Replay, and it looks very promising. Today, it hit its goal. I lowered the goal from 1,200 to 1,100, and this hit its goal today. There were 2 losers and 1 winner trading 2 contracts. In Market Replay, this looked very impressive, so I may try trading this next week. I'm going to do some more testing on it over the weekend. A 250 tick line break with a 2 contract setup hit its goal, I believe, of 750 and had positive slippage, and it just had a single trade right here. So before I go, I just want to bring over my stats here. I'm up a very modest 665 in my combine. There's a total of 23 trades, and I have a drawdown at 1225. Really excellent percent profitable at almost 70%. So slow and steady wins the race. Next week's a new week. That's all for today's video.